Welcome back to GH Always channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments brewing in Port Charles as several characters find themselves at dramatic crossroads. The tension between Christina Corinthos Davis and Ava Jerome has reached a boiling point, with Christina declaring all-out war on the controversial art gallery owner. Ava needs to be stopped, and I have to stop her, Christina proclaims with fierce determination in the weekly preview. This confrontation has been building for months, with their mutual animosity growing increasingly volatile with each interaction. What makes this situation particularly alarming is that Christina appears to be taking matters into her own hands, literally, as she's seen behind the wheel of a car with what can only be described as vengeance in her eyes. The question on everyone's mind: is Christina planning something reckless that could have devastating consequences for both women? Her impulsive nature combined with her intense hatred for Ava creates a dangerous cocktail of emotions that could lead to catastrophic outcomes. Ava's strategic maneuvers. Ava Jerome continues to be a master manipulator across Port Charles, playing multiple angles simultaneously. Her week began with an unexpected alliance formation when she orchestrated Team Bring Down Drew Q, bringing together Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves, two women who normally wouldn't collaborate but share a common enemy in Drew Quartermain. This unlikely partnership demonstrates Ava's exceptional talent for identifying others' vulnerabilities and exploiting them for her own agenda. By Tuesday, Ava had somehow managed to gain leverage in her complicated relationship with Sonny Corinthos, showcasing her remarkable ability to turn seemingly hopeless situations to her advantage. Despite her financial struggles, Ava never allows her economic status to diminish her power plays. Wednesday brings yet another development as Ava briefs Rick Lansing on her latest schemes. This conversation with Rick suggests she's expanding her network of allies and informants, potentially setting up an even larger play that could reshape the power dynamics in Port Charles. Ava's strategic mind continues to work several steps ahead of her adversaries, making her both admired and feared throughout the community. Lulu Spencer is poised to make a significant admission that could alter multiple lives in Port Charles. While the nature of this confession remains shrouded in mystery, the implications could be far-reaching. One particularly explosive possibility is that she might reveal to Dante Falconeri the existence of a son he never knew he had, a secret that isn't even hers to disclose. Such a revelation would not only impact Dante's life profoundly, but could also damage Lulu's relationships with others who trusted her with this information. The weight of carrying such knowledge has clearly become too burdensome for Lulu, pushing her to the point where she feels compelled to speak the truth regardless of consequences. Her moral dilemma represents the classic struggle between honesty and loyalty that so many Port Charles residents face. Political tensions emerge. The political landscape of Port Charles is experiencing its own turbulence as Mayor Laura Collins clashes with the newly introduced politician Ezra Boyle. Their rocky start was somewhat predictable given Ezra's obnoxious behavior during Drew's recent press conference. This conflict between Laura and Ezra likely foreshadows ongoing political battles that will affect the entire community. Meanwhile, the deputy mayor appears overwhelmed by mounting responsibilities and concerns, compelling her to seek assistance from an unnamed ally. This development suggests potential shifts in the local government's power structure and alliances. Police Commissioner Jordan Ashford has set her sights on Curtis Ashford, bringing him in for questioning. The subject of this interrogation remains ambiguous. It could relate to the Port Charles Esplanade development, the mysterious Sidwell situation, or perhaps an entirely different matter altogether. This questioning session highlights the ongoing tension between Jordan's professional obligations and her personal connections, a conflict that has defined her character throughout her tenure in Port Charles. Curtis, meanwhile, finds himself in the uncomfortable position of being scrutinized by someone with whom he shares a complicated history. The outcome of this interrogation could have significant repercussions for both characters, potentially altering their relationship dynamic and impacting several ongoing storylines in unexpected ways. The ripple effects. The interconnected nature of these developing stories demonstrates how actions in Port Charles rarely affect just the immediate participants. Christina's vendetta against Ava, for instance, will inevitably impact her family, particularly her father Sonny, who maintains his own complicated relationship with Ava. Similarly, Lulu's confession will send shockwaves through multiple families depending on its nature. As these storylines unfold, viewers can expect to see alliances shift, secrets exposed, and characters pushed to their emotional limits. The residents of Port Charles continue to navigate the complex web of relationships, rivalries, and revelations that make their community such a compelling place to visit day after day. What remains certain is that by the end of the week, the landscape of Port Charles will be forever changed by these momentous developments, setting the stage for even more dramatic confrontations in the weeks to come.